capital. And our breaking news this hour is that we've just received the statement of Russia's president, who's in Sochi, concerning the breakaway republics of South Ossetia and Abkhazia. We can now listen to that statement here on RT.
Уважаемые граждане России,
citizens of Russia, you're all well aware of the tragedy of South Ossetia. The night shooting on Tskhinval by the Georgian troops led to deaths of thousands of civilians. Russian peacekeepers have died, but they did everything they could to protect women and old people and the civilian population. The Georgian government, breaking against the UN regulations and its obligations to the international community against common sense, started a military conflict which caused many people to die among the civilian population. Tbilisi must have planned to carry out a blitzkrieg and then choose the most inhuman way to follow this ambition to join South Ossetia to Georgia by destroying a whole population. And it was not the first attempt. In 1991, President of Georgia, Gamsahurdia, using the slogan "Georgia for Georgians," just think of these words, gave an order to launch an assault against Tskhinvali. Tens of people died and hundreds of people became refugees. Villages were destroyed. This was the result of that assault. And it was Russia which stopped the extinction of the people of Abkhazia and South Ossetia. Russia became the peacekeeper and the mediator in this conflict. We did all we could to use a peaceful means of settling this conflict. The Georgian leadership chose another way, compromising the peaceful negotiations and previous agreements, using provocations, military aggression, attacking peacekeepers. All this was a gross violation of the regime in the conflict zone, installed with the help of UN and OSCE. Russia kept its stance, it was reserved, and we more than once asked our partners to return to the negotiation table. And we stayed at this position, even after Kosovo was unilaterally declared independent. But all our suggestions to the Georgian side to sign peaceful agreements with South Ossetia and Abkhazia were left unanswered. Unfortunately, they were also ignored in NATO and the UN. And we can now see that peaceful resolution of this conflict was not Tbilisi's plans. Georgian leadership was getting ready for war, step by step, using material support from its higher bidder, and the night of the August the 9th, 2008, Tbilisi made its choice. Saakashvili chose genocide as a means to solve his political tasks. By doing this, he single-handedly destroyed all hopes for the peaceful living of South Ossetians, Abkhazians and Georgians as part of one state. The peoples of South Ossetia and Abkhazia have more than once said at referendums that they want their republics to be independent. We understand that after what had happened in Tskhinvali and what was planned to do in Abkhazia, they have the right to resolve over their own fate themselves. The presidents of the republics, based on the results of the referendums and the decisions of the republic's parliaments, turned to Russia, asking to recognize the sovereignty of South Ossetia and Abkhazia. The Federation Council and State Duma of the Russian Federation voted in favor of these applications. Based on the current situation, it is necessary to make a decision. We respect the free will of South Ossetian and Abkhazian people, and basing our actions on the regulations of the UN and the agreement of 1950 regulating the relations between the countries, the Helsinki Act BSE of 1975 and other international regulations and documents, I have signed an order to recognize the independence of South Ossetia and the independence of Abkhazia by the Russian Federation. Russia is also calling on other states to follow suit. This is not an easy choice, but this is the only opportunity to preserve